Hi friends, today we start the fourth lesson, Globalization and the Indian Economy. Let's start with LPG. What is LPG? LPG in economics means liberalization, privatization and globalization. All these three are steps towards economic reforms which started in India from 1991. Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister and Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Finance Minister at that time. First of all, let's understand the meanings of liberalization, privatization, and globalization. What is liberalization? Minimizing the government's restrictions and regulations in an economy is called liberalization. This will lead to an increase in the involvement of private sector in economic development. We will give an example. The regulations on imports and exports have been minimized. Therefore, we can say that the trade sector has been liberalized. As a result of which, we can now import certain goods free or at a low tariff. Tariff means tax. Okay, what is privatization? Transfer of ownership from the public sector to the private sector is known as privatization. We will give an example. Air India Limited was in the public sector. Now it is in the private sector. Ownership has been changed from the Government of India to the Tata Group in 2022. Now we come to globalization. Globalization means integrating the Indian economy with the world economy. Integrating the economy of a country with the world economy is known as globalization. It is the outcome of the policies of liberalization and privatization. What is the net result? Availability of all or most of the foreign goods in the domestic market. That is the net result of globalization. Now we come to the transformation of Indian markets. Once upon a time, Ambassador and Fiat were the only two cars available in India. Now we have so many brands. This is the case with all other goods, including electronic goods. The wide-ranging choice of goods in our markets is a recent phenomenon. In a matter of years, our markets have been transformed. How do we understand these rapid transformations? What are the factors that bring about these changes? How are these changes affecting the lives of the people? These are the questions dealt with in this lesson. Okay, now we come to the organization of production. Until the middle of the 20th century, production was largely organized within countries. Countries like India, which were under the colonial rule, exported raw materials and foodstuff and imported finished products. This was through the trade channel that was open at that time. Then multinational companies emerged on the scene. What is a multinational company? A multinational company is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. Multinational companies set up offices and factories in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. This is to ensure low cost of production and high profit. We will give an example. A multinational company producing industrial equipment designs products in USA, manufactures components in China, assembles them in Mexico, and sells the final product all over the world. And its customer care center is operated from India. We have such centers in Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, etc. Okay. From the example given, we can understand that the multinational company is selling its products globally. And what is more important is that it is producing goods and services globally itself. Nowadays, production is organized in more and more complex ways. Parts and components are produced in different countries and assembly is made in another country. What are the reasons? We can see that China provides the advantage of being a cheap manufacturing location. Mexico and Eastern Europe are useful for their closeness to the markets in the US and Europe. India has highly skilled engineers who can understand the technical aspects, and India has educated English-speaking youth. The multinational company saves 50 to 60% of its cost. While making investment in a foreign country, multinational companies ensure the following. Firstly, they see that production facilities are close to the markets. Secondly, there is availability of cheap labor. Thirdly, other resources are also easily available. Fourthly, government policies are favorable to their interests. Based on these considerations, multinational companies set up offices and factories in a foreign country. Now we come to investment. What is investment? Money is spent to buy assets like land, buildings, machinery, and other equipment is called investment. Investment made by a multinational company can be called foreign investment. Foreign investments are usually made by a company outside the country of its origin. Investments are made to make profit. Thank you.